Okay, this teaching is the heartbeat of God. And man is made in the image of God. Mind, body, and spirit. But is his makeup, is his body the same as our body? It says, "Then God said, let us make man in our image, according to our likeness." And he goes on in verse 27 to say, "So God created man in his own image. In the image of God he created him, male and female he created them." But the question still is yet to be answered. Are his organs the same as our organs? Does God have a physical heart? Does God have a heartbeat? And hopefully through this class we'll be able to answer those questions. In Hebrew, the word heart is lev. And lev it means the physical heart, but it also has a symbolic reference, such as to love with all your heart. Yeshua said, "To have seen me is to have seen the Father." He also said, "Father, may they be one, even as we are one." So we know Yeshua was the physical manifestation of God in the flesh. And we also understand that Yeshua, being made flesh, had a physical heart and a physical heartbeat. So, as we've seen in the tabernacle ornamentation, we have an earthly replica of a physical being. An earthly replica of a heavenly being. So, let's take a look at the heart and take a look at how the heart operates. The cardio, like cardiovascular system, cardio comes from the Greek word cardia, which means the same in Hebrew as it does in Greek. It's the physical as well as the symbolic. Now, the heart itself, we all know, has no real emotion. But it is our life source. So in the way the emotion is tied to the heart is an accurate application. Because according to Rav Shaul, or Paul, we are dead in our sins if we don't do them in love. If we don't do it in love, it's a waste of our time. So without love in our life, we're dead. And without our heart, we're also dead. So you can see the application of how why they have tied the heart to the physical emotion. The heart is made up of two elements: muscle tissue and blood, or flesh and blood. The heart is a pump that circulates blood throughout the body, from the most important brain to the smallest toe. The heart takes the blood that is poor in oxygen and routes it into the lungs to be replenished with oxygen, and then back to the heart to be dispersed to the body. Now, many of you may know that the profile of the heart makes the letter shin. If you watch the blood, if you watch it come down, you'll see the shin light up and then pass the blood into the direction that it needs to be going in. So the right and the left ventricle, which is the lower chambers of the heart, form the Hebrew letter shin. Now the letter shin is believed to be traced back, or is said to be traced back to a Proto-Canaanite hieroglyph known as Shamash, or meaning the sun. Now if you think back to the Hanukkah teaching, we talked about sun god worship. We also talked about Shamash. And if you want more information on that teaching, you can go get the Hanukkah versus Christmas teaching, and there's more information on this. But I just believe this is another attempt by the enemy to make himself out to be God again. Understand that the Hebrew language and the letter shin was given to man by God, and it is not descended from some sort of dialect somewhere in that region. It doesn't come from Mesopotamia. It doesn't come from Canaan. It doesn't come from any of those regions. It was directly from the mouth of God to his people. And that's where it comes from. And there is no crossing lines as far as how Hebrew was created. The Shin is a very important letter in Hebrew. In the ancient Hebrew pictograph, the Shin is two front teeth. It means to be sharp, to press, to eat, and it also means the two tablets, which is the Torah.